Greetings, everybody. It's that time on Monday nights I get to spend quality time with people that I love. That's the Celebration residents and those people that are thinking about moving to Celebration. So let's start off with the wonderful intro that my great YouTube crew put together, D. Bellavotti and group. Here we go. Information on Celebration. That's right. So what we end up doing is we start talking about things that are coming up this week. And then with great joy, I get to introduce you to some people that are from the town. And one way that we do that is we have a Pat Schroeder Award winner. If you haven't heard about Pat Schroeder, I can't imagine that you haven't. But anyway, a wonderful congresswoman that did so much good. And she passed away, lived in the town of Celebration, passed away a couple months ago. And we're honoring her legacy over the course of the year, looking for really good, wonderful young people that are making this world a better place. And we've got a great one tonight. And then at the end of the show, I'm going to give you a recap on what's been going on in real estate for the last 7 days, because, my Near Disney YouTube channel will be showing you highlights of all the different towns, 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. And it's saying we're having a little bit of issue with Facebook. Hold on a second. Let me try that. Oh, I don't want to lose you guys though. So anyway, I think you're able to see us on YouTube. Maybe the storms are starting to come in. Why not? Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about that. For those of you who have not experienced a storm, and Idalia is en route, I can share with you as a founding resident of Celebration. I've lived through a couple of them. I remember it felt like 20 years. I was always able to say, no, we've never had them. And then all of a sudden, one year we had like 3. And so if you're just moving here and you have some questions or concerns, obviously put your comments in here. I'm seeing a comment already. Oh, somebody says looks good to me. Okay, good. Wonderful. So if you're watching on Facebook, it's just I've got an alert from my Kim Hawk Facebook page that maybe you guys couldn't see it there. So I'm glad to hear that it's working. A couple of things. We are connected, to the Disney power grid. So thank goodness we have never lost power during any of these. Sometimes you'll see people do things like make sure that they're gassed up in their car. An odd thing that I thought, but it makes sense, is sometimes people will fill their bathtubs up with water before a storm, because if something were to happen and you can't flush toilets or whatever, you can take a bucket of water from the bathtub, and you can, if you thrust that into a toilet, it will force it to flush. That's an interesting thing, right? And then, of course, people are making sure that they have food and drink. But I will share with you your whole neighborhood. If you needed anything, I'm sure somebody on your street's going to say, hey, we've got you covered. But always, watch the news, see what they're saying. But by the time a storm starts getting inland, by the time that, it's carried its weight and gotten to us, it typically is just a heavy storm. I can only remember one time, and it was when we lived on Mulberry and my daughter was younger. Our daughter Ashley was younger. I remember going underneath the staircase, and we kind of huddled together just to be super, super safe. And that was the only time. So anyway, if you have any questions, like I said, you're more than welcome to ask questions, comments. Sometimes they say, if you wanted to have a flashlight in case the electricity were to go out, sometimes a radio station in case your TV goes out. But we're veterans of this, and I can tell you that it's really nothing to be frightened of. One thing I would say, though, is if a storm comes through and there's a lot of branches that are down and stuff, probably not the best idea to be out driving around and checking things out. I remember Shell Hart and his team. I don't want to put expectations that they'll do it again, but I do remember after one storm and some trees that come down, because that's typically what we'll see is a tree that comes down. Remember, if you have a garage, it's a good idea to put your car into the garage, or at least move it away from where trees might be coming down. But I remember this team of men that went out with chainsaws, and they were cutting up the tree limbs so people could get through. I mean, Celebration is like a place like none other. People help people. absolutely love, 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 love this place, which is going to bring us to the point where you're going to be able to see about our award winner. But before that, let's talk about some upcoming events so that we don't miss out on that, and then we'll follow through. Okay, what's coming up? Okay, this is kind of cool. There's going to be a home improvement expo, and it's coming up on September the 9th. That is a Saturday. Actually, it's going to be easy to remember, you guys, because it's 9 a.m., September the 9th at Town Hall. And Town Hall is the 851 Celebration Avenue building. Myself and my Realtor Dream Team and my YouTube crew are going to be there. And we've got some really exciting things that we're going to share with people that they've never heard of before. We're going to have some flyers. We're going to have people register to win gifts. And let me show you some of the gifts that you're going to be able to spin a wheel. But isn't this cool? We've got this in celebration. But what I love about it, it is big. It's huge, right? And you're able to put it in your coffee holder. It'll fit in your car, or at least my car it will. And then we have some near Disney. Isn't that beautiful? I wanted to thank Sue for my team that got these created. And it's got a QR code on here too. So if anybody ever wants to watch the celebration video, or if somebody says, where do you live? You can turn your, I call it a koozie. What do you guys call it? I think Sue said she called it a cozy. Maybe I've been calling it the, is it a koozie? A cozy. I don't know. But anyway, this is an item that might be on the spinning wheel. We've got things like, isn't this cool? Celebration. Yep. A little backpack. And then if I don't know if you can see this well, but what happens on this water bottle, when you put water in it, all of a sudden it turns a different color and there's fireworks. And then we're also going to be registering people to win to possibly be on one of our YouTube videos. Asking, I think we're going to have 4 spots, and we're going to be asking people if they'd like to tell us about their family or what they love about celebration, what they'd love to see in celebration, you know. So we're going to work up a cool video so that you too can have something so that maybe your grandchildren can see, and they'll be able to see how fond you were of the town that we all have the privilege of living in. All right, so that's going to be September the 9th, coming up here pretty soon. Don't forget, October the 7th. I know it sounds like it's far away, but that's only twice a year in the town that Disney built are we allowed to have a porch and yard sale. And that's actually on my birthday, so I will not forget it. But what I recommend is now you start going around your property and you just start picking up 1 or 2 things every day, put it in a corner. Some people have told me they put their stuff in their bathtub because they're not using their bathtub. And then by the time October 7th rolls around, they have enough goods that they're going to put out on the front lawn, and then maybe the kids help them sell it and they get to keep the funds, or maybe they're trying to collect some money so that they can have a little vacation money, or maybe some of you want to collect some money so that you'll be ready to ride the Bright Line high-speed train that's coming, that's going to take everybody down to Miami or West Palm and have a little staycation. So maybe that's a little motivation to help declutter. You know, they always say it's good to kind of get your space opened up so more beautiful things come your way, right? All right, what else is coming up? Food Truck Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, probably this Friday. We're going to be trying to keep dry, right? How many of you, what do you do during a hurricane? You know, hurricane season, what do you do? I recommend maybe get some games that you're going to have available, invite some friends over, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, next Friday, Food Truck Friday is going to be from 5 to 9 p.m. at Lakeside Park. And, you know, I noticed a lot of the menu items have some Brazilian trucks, which is kind of cool because we have been doing quite a bit of reporting in Portuguese with Bellavotti, our marketing director. And we have a Latin princess, Tanya. She's been doing it in Spanish because we do know there's so many people from around the world that love living in our town. You know, it's a nice, safe town where people are being able to walk to downtown. There's a town center, and we have so many different languages that are spoke here, which is really cool. And so if you haven't gotten a chance, go to the Near Disney YouTube channel, subscribe and like so you can check it out. Or if you have a friend that just moved next door or is thinking about moving here, that Portuguese is their primary language or Spanish, please let them know to go here and check it out because we, in fact, have that available for everyone. Looks like you've got a duo that's going to be playing. They got music, Food Truck Friday, always, always a big hit. What else is going on? Oh, okay. Celebration Town Hall. I want to congratulate them. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. They're going to create a calendar. And so they're asking for all these great photographers out there, so many of you, including my husband, Rod. I'm going to encourage him to submit something too. They're looking for photos of the town, the parks, the amenities, landscape, and more for consideration to be included in the celebration calendar. And it looks like you're going to send your photos to town hall at ciramail.com. C as in cat, R as in Robert, A, mail.com by Friday, September the 8th. So, if you are inside because it's raining a lot and you're looking for something to do, maybe look at your past photos and submit what some of your favorite ones are. Sound good? I know there's quite a few people that probably are going. Yep, tonight was the first night. I think it was starting at 7 o'clock. But if you are a singer and you want to be in a choir, there is a great one that is starting to meet on Monday nights at 7 p.m. at the 851 Celebration Avenue activities room. I think it's $10 to sign up. And what they're doing is they do a really wonderful, and it's very popular, it's a holiday concert. And so it's a great way to meet people. And there's a lot of people. I remember I was in it many, many moons ago and absolutely loved it. I think Chris, who organizes it, does a fantastic, fantastic job. Okay, I think I did want to mention, I think there was a cool get to know what snakes. It was for our kids. I think I promoted the last couple of weeks. I did notice that they have decided not to do that now. I think it was supposed to be on Wednesday of this week. And the reason, of course, is because we need our town hall people to be able to be prepping because you never know which way the storm's coming. So want to remind everybody, if you have any furniture that's outside, especially if you are in a condo, Carlisle condos or whatever, any of the condos, and if you have furniture outside, you want to move that stuff inside. You don't want any of that blowing around. And, if you have, I remember hotels a long time ago, they would put their furniture in the pool. So I think it's not that easy to get it out of the pool, easier to put it in, but some of them were being proactive on doing that. And yeah, so any other advice, guys, out there that I'm not telling everybody about I say, it's just going to be something that we all just know how to deal with, and we're going to be just fine. But always want to be, prepping as best as we can. All right. So without further ado, I want to talk now about, and it's so sweet. I want to thank, I think it was Lynn Gray. She made a sweet comment to me about how she really likes when we have the show and we introduce people that live in the town. And so I appreciate you saying that because that's one of my favorite things that I get to do as well. And especially when you're looking at young people and asking for nominations, of which everyone is eligible. You can be a teacher, you can be a parent, you could be a neighbor, you could actually, be a brother or sister that wants to nominate someone. You just want to text that to my number, 407-808-9845, and I'll get it in front of the committee. We have a couple of people that review the nominations, and we have a great partnership with the Downtown Diner in Celebration. And we also have a partnership with the Celebration Foundation that we're rewarding these young people. And at the end of the year, we're going to bring them all together and we're going to do one YouTube video to show just the goodness and the blessings that we have with these young people in our town, how great they are. And I do believe the Celebration Arts Academy, we're going to be working on a song on Celebration and a dance on Celebration. We're going to have these young people introduce it to us. So let me know if you have an interest. Hey, what kind of song lyrics should we have? What do you think should be in the song for Celebration? Definitely want to talk about the Downtown Diner, right? For sure. Okay, well, here we go. Let me show you this, and I will be back. Let me make sure I'm showing you the right one. Yep, Here we go. Hey everybody, my name is Kim Hawk and I'm known as the fairy godmother of real estate on the Near Disney YouTube channel. And today I am super excited because one of the favorite things that I like to do, and I know many of the viewers are saying this to me as well, that you want to meet cool people that live in the town that Disney built. Well, not only am I introducing you to some cool people, they're some of my favorite people, and they are also, Neo Bellavotti is going to be getting the Pat Schroeder Award. Congratulations, Neo.
Thank you.
Well, as many of you know, we ask for nominations from teachers or parents or friends, and Daniella is a very dear friend of mine, actually very big part of Near Disney. And so I get to see why, in particular, you would nominate your son, Daniella. You want to talk a little bit about Neo?
Yeah. Wow. It's so hard to talk about talk about your kid, to be impartial. Like, I love everything about him. He's a very cool kid. He was born in New York City. And one thing about Neo is he was very social. He would go every elevator, every bus ride in New York City. He would say hi to everybody. He would ask them what they were doing, where they were going. He was very social. He wanted to talk to everybody, and he wanted to be Spider-Man too.
Doesn't everybody want to be Spider-Man? Neo, I love your backdrop. It looks like you're in a cool New York hip, studio now, right?
Yeah. Pretty nice.
Yeah. So what I can share as well is, he's brilliant, so Mom, I think sometimes it's okay. Mom, you don't have to say it. I can say it for you. Neo has come into my studio where I've spent hours trying to figure something out. And he sits down at my desk and within 2 seconds, he's figured it out. And I just walk away he just gets it, And so if the viewers have not seen, please go to the Near Disney YouTube station, the channel, because you will see videos from the Bellavotti Brothers. Neo's got 2 other brothers. Neo, you want to talk a little bit about your family?
Yeah, I have 2 siblings. I have Nolan and I have Nylan. Nolan's he's not the youngest, but he's younger than me, so I'm the oldest. And that takes I guess some responsibility. It's funny. gotta keep him in place. And so I'll start with me, obviously, because I was born in New York. And the fun part is that Nolan was also born in New York. And so by the time that happened, we both were born here. And then a little later, Nylan came into the picture, and now it's a family of 3 boys. I bet my mom loves it.
She is surrounded by men. Dee is our marketing director too. And so he's genius as well. Your whole family is musical as well too. Daniella, I swear Neo reminds me of a young Paul McCartney from the Beatles, which is a compliment, Neo, by the way. But you do homeschool, which is cool, but that means the girls are going to be like, where is this young man? Where is he? Well, you're soon going to be able to find him with Illuminate Church. I believe you're going to be starting with them September the 3rd, which is just around the corner, right?
Absolutely.
And I think that's a Sunday night at 5 p.m. in the Illuminate Church, the office space. But tell us what you're going to be doing for the band.
Well, I've been practicing for a bit now, and they're actually looking for just band members in general. And so September 3rd will be the first time I play. I'm the pianist, the keyboardist.
Well, you come from a musical family. Your family has written songs with me as well, and with Bill Vanderbush. And I know we've done a lot of contemporary Christian type of music. But tell me a little bit about who are some of your favorite musicians that you like to listen to now?
That's difficult because I have multiple. I mean, I'll always have the Beatles in the back of my mind because it's the one thing my parents always play in the car, and I will never forget it. My dad is just, let's put on a song, and there's the Beatles. Well, I can sing it constantly because of him. Every single lyric to every single song.
Well, that is a great foundation to get all those chords right, and just knowing, all the Beatles were pretty smart too, right? The way that they would, have a song and not necessarily have it written down, and they could keep playing it all the time, and they were all in sync. And so I can see you being in a band like that. But talk to me about, where do you want to be in 10 years? Do you want to be in a band like the Beatles, or do you want to be having a YouTube show, or you want to do a whole bunch of or something completely different?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think I'll see myself in a band, but it's definitely something that, it'd be nice. I can play. It'd be something I'd work on. I'd be proud of. But I think in terms of similar, in a similar sense, I'd just prefer to write, be a writer, be able to write books, be able to even write the songs that if I am in a band, I might just write the song for the band. And in 10 years, I don't know, I could find myself working anywhere. I have a huge love for psychology. And so going into college, going into school, being able to learn that, into understanding how people think, how they talk, how people feel, what they like, what they don't. Everything in society is built off psychology, and so being able to take that, put it into a different perspective for people to enjoy. So social media, basically, have a YouTube channel, let's make a podcast, let's have somebody listen to this, etc. I absolutely love it. I love writing, and if anything, I know that'll be incorporated in the next 10 years or so, whatever I'm doing, basically.
I love that. That also sounds like a brand, somebody that's in charge of branding, because you kind of have to know what people like, what they don't like. I completely get what you're saying, and I can see that. Daniella, what do you think? Do you see that in his future?
Yeah, Neil he's actually an old man in the kid's body. Yeah, he always thinks ahead. His name is Neil, that means new. And so I'm sure he will create something new. And yeah, he's very deep in our conversations, but he's very practical. He's psychology is something that I always liked too, and I think it rubbed off on him. And he gets it. So he's he's besides D, he's my best friend. We have long talks, and I ask his advice. We talk a lot. He's a very good friend too, very good, and a very responsible brother.
Yes.
He's his brother, they look up to him, and then instead of asking us, they ask Neil, Neil, what is that? What do you think of that? They respect him, he's a great brother and a great friend. Yeah,
I've witnessed that too. So Neo, that is a good example of a couple of interesting things are popping to mind. So Pat Schroeder, who's a congresswoman from Colorado, who was very well loved, she passed away not too long ago, and we're spending a year looking at identifying extraordinary youth, you being one, obviously now, which, by the way, your father played at the celebration of Pat's life. So yeah, so this even makes, it was beautiful. He played the guitar. It was very lovely. And so we're looking for youth that are making this world a better place. And how do you make this world a better place? Well, one example in particular is seeing youth where the younger brothers are looking up to you, and that you are taking the time and not rushing them through an answer, and you protecting them. And then, but I see you do that with other people too. And I see you being kind to, let's talk about your furry friends. You want to talk to me about that?
Oh, absolutely. Aside from my brothers, it's I got Buddy and I got Leo. So it's you'd expect it to only be with 3 boys, but no, we added 2 more to them. We have a dog and a cat.
All boys.
All boys. I think your mom deserves at least a little girl bunny rabbit or something.
Oh my God.
I know she wants a horse, but we'll see when that happens.
Oh, okay. So being kind to animals, and then also, putting out good content that's positive. And when you look at, please go, like I said to the audience, please go to the YouTube channel, look for the Bellavotti Brothers. You will see, you can just see it in the video. how the other brothers look up to him, how he's a good leader with them. And, you know, he can be behind the camera, he can produce things, he can write things. And we've noticed that a lot of the winners of this award are speaking multiple languages. So I feel like I'm way behind, Neo, because you speak English beautifully and Portuguese beautifully, and you probably can speak 10 other languages. But, you know, it's really impressive, Daniela, this group of young people that are coming up in celebration gives us a lot of hope, you know?
Yes.
So,
yes. I'm amazed. Yeah. I'm surprised every day. Like when they grow up, see their personalities, their friends. I was like, what did we do when we were that age?
Yes.
Oh,
I feel like Slacker, you know, he's already playing the piano. He's already able to set up a computer. He can do whatever, you know.
So wise. Like all the software come installed already.
Yeah.
To learn all of that. They had it now already.
I love it. I love it. So there's going to be a couple cool things that happen, Neo. We are partners with the Downtown Diner in celebration. And so Adrian Perez and Courtney Perez want to give a shout out to the diner. We love them.
We love the diner.
Love the diner. And so with them being partners, they, Pat Schroeder was a big fan of ice cream. And so we created a Pat Schroeder milkshake that you can have and your mom can have, but you can also go down there and pick whatever milkshake the two of you prefer, because it's the person that nominated you. And also we are partners with the Celebration Foundation, and they are going to ask me for your address, and they're going to put a sign right in front of where you live saying that an award winner making this world a better place lives here, and it'll stay in front of your place for about a week. And then I'm going to encourage you to keep this video that my producer is going to put together so beautifully with lots of pictures of the family and possibly you playing the piano and maybe going to church and just showing overall where you are as a 17-year-old, all this great stuff. I want you to keep that. And when you decide which college you want to go to, I want you to keep this application and you put it in with your application for college, because people will love the fact that you won an award for Pat Schroeder, because a lot of people from colleges will know that name, right? You know, your mom and dad have done a great job. And so we have you, and now we're going to be looking for in a couple more years another brother, and then a couple more years another brother, and so we're going to be in a good spot. Mom, you want to say anything else?
I just want to say that we love you, Kim, that you should be getting an award because you are amazing. You're such a generous person, and we look up to you, and you are amazing, and we are just grateful for you in our lives, to know you. You are amazing, just amazing. And about you, it's like we just have good friends in our life that are a good example to him also. We try to, as much as we can, surround ourselves with amazing people like you, so they can learn not just from us but from the friends we have.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love you guys very much. Neo, I'm very proud of you. Proud of you all the time. And, I'm always here for you if you need anything as well. But I can't wait to see this whole show, and can't wait for a lot of people in celebration to get to know you more so.
Oh, I'd love to meet them all.
Yes, very good. All right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your night, and I can't wait. September's here, and I'm going to be looking for this band at Illuminate Church.
Oh, fall's going to be great. We'll see what happens.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kim.
Bye,
Love
guys.
you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
Oh, world. Hey, you got to meet Neo. So I've had the honor of knowing him now for a couple of years. And so what a great, great nomination. And we're seeing wonderful comments coming in. We see our friends from the Downtown Diner Celebration saying that they're happy to honor you, Neo. I can imagine you probably have your family around you. I bet you the Bellavotti brothers are sitting right beside you right now, aren't they? 1, 2, 3. Let's say, way to go, Neo. Way to go, Neo. So anyway, good job, Mom, too. Danielle, you did a great job. But we, once again, super, super blessed. We have these really great, great kids out here. And let's finish up the night, because I usually try to keep you for about 30 minutes. Here we go. I'm just going to give you a quick update in regard to what's going on with real estate here so that everybody knows what your value is with your properties if you own some stuff here. Okay, so this week I found something interesting. The inventory is growing. We are about 70 listings now, 70. You know, we dropped down below 40. We were in the 30s at one point, but I will share with you during the regular times, we would have over 400 properties up for sale. So this is still very, very low. Now, of the 70 properties, 19 had touch points on them the last 7 days. I always give you a 7-day recap because I think it's good to kind of take things in 7-day chunks. And oh, thank you guys. I'm seeing your note. We love you and all that you do. Love you guys. Love, love, love that. So in the last 7 days, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new listings. 9. That's a lot for Celebration. It's good to see. So we have more coming on the market. And we only have 4 pendings. So 9 new ones, 4 pendings. So that seems to me like if that wave continues, we're going to keep having more and more inventory. And that's going to mean people are going to have to be more conscientious about prices not increasing as fast, right? Because when there's less inventory, people are more willing to pay a higher price because it's supply and demand. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solds. 6 solds. And I always pull up the, this is good. This property that sold for the highest price, we actually had the honor of representing the seller. And I've got a good news to tell you too. Lori and Steve, the group that's coming into that house, so spectacular. Really, really have loved them. And I think they're going to be great additions to the town. The house was on East Lawn, 703 East Lawn, which is an estate, and it sold for $2,375,000. It had 5,352 square feet. And so, you know, those estates are getting around 443 right now, or at least that's what that one got. But welcome, welcome to Lori and Steve. And, you know, they arrived right during a lot of the heat that's going on. And now we've got a storm coming. So reach out if you need us by any means. But I know Ann and Kathy are available for you guys too. So that's this week's show. Unless anybody has any questions. I'm not seeing any questions. Yeah. Feel free to text me, you know, if there's a storm going on and you're looking for somebody to text, I'll probably be up. I like kind of staying up during that time. So feel free to text me. But otherwise, have a great week. And we will be talking to you. It's Labor Day next Monday. Okay. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much. And I really do appreciate you watching. Take care.